Greetings, good people of YouTube. I'm Suzy Porygon, and even though I'm in the middle of recording Spider-Man 2 on PlayStation 5, I'm already going to be starting another new playthrough. And for some reason, I've been pretty hyped up to record this game, even though I did record its sister game, or brother game, well, you can see that I'm playing Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, and I have recorded Let's Go Eevee before, back in either 2018 or 19, I don't remember which, but because I already recorded this game, I'm gonna go with, well, yeah, it's obvious. You see what I'm playing. Time to begin. And you have 4 different types of controllers to play with this game. Of course, for the 4th option with the entire system, you can only do that in handheld mode, of course. But I'm going to be playing with the right Joy-Con. I never have owned the Pokeball controller, whatever it was called. Okay, let's begin. You'll pretty much get an introduction cutscene right off the bat.
Pikachu.
You all find that adorable, I know. Of course, it's even equally adorable when Eevee does it. I'm American, so why wouldn't I pick English? But Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I think they were both released in 2017, or maybe it was the following year. But they're pretty much remakes of Pokemon Yellow on Game Boy. Because in Pokemon Yellow, you have only one starter choice. In fact, it was also known as the Special Pikachu Edition, which of course means that Pikachu is your only starter choice in Pokemon Yellow. While for the Let's Go games, your only starter choice will be either Pikachu or Eevee. In fact, I also consider these games to be a second remake of Pokemon Red and Blue. And yes, I did say second. This isn't the first time that Red and Blue were remade. The first time was back in 2004 with Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green on Game Boy Advance. And I believe I also recorded Pokemon Leaf Green years ago. Leaf Green is still, or both Fire Red and Leaf Green are still very enjoyable. Oh boy. Well, I guess I'll just do what I did in, which game was it? Was it Shining Pearl? Or Pokemon Scarlet? Well, whichever game it was, I'm giving my character my real name. Yes, that's correct, Professor. And I know exactly what to nickname my friend/rival. Which is this guy, who looks, well, he's clearly not... He's not blue from Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, nor is my character even... Well, my character is clearly not red, either. Oh wait, hold on. So, I believe I may have did this before too, but I'm nicknaming my... I mean, not nickname, just naming my rival after a good friend of mine. That's also correct. You're right, it is. It's gonna be quite a thrilling tale. Let's go is... That's definitely the right word to say. Right thing. Never mind. What, does my character not know where he is right now? I mean, this is clearly my bedroom. But, hey, look at that, there's a Nintendo Switch right here. It is like, in Red and Blue, like, Well, in Red and Blue, your bedroom would have, I think, a Super NES, while in Leaf Green and Fire Red is the, just the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System. I can't wait to get started myself. Oh boy, here comes Ashton now. What weird look. You must be pretty hyped up to start your first Pokemon adventure as well. Oh, don't worry, I did get your email. Ah yes, Professor Oak's lab is exactly where I must go. Wait. I need to, adjust the settings first. I want the text to be that fast. There's no need to skip any cutscenes. Oh yes, you also have the Pokemon Go settings. You can connect the mobile game Pokemon Go to this game. Oh, okay, no, I'm not gonna do that. Not right now, anyway. Now I'm ready. I do believe my mother is downstairs. Good morning, Mother. Boy, I can't wait to see what my starter Pokemon is, even though we all know exactly what it is. Good old Pallet Town. That's where Ash Ketchum is from. And Professor Oak's lab is right here. But let me guess, the professor himself isn't here. Yep, just as I figured. Any idea where he could be? I know, neither can I. I take it, I'm not gonna see what these two Pokemon are? Okay then. Where, oh where could Professor Oak be? Ooh, nice pond we have here. Or, a lake, rather. Yep, technology is indeed incredible. It's amazing. Yes, I am aware of being able to connect my phone to this game. Oh, you're raising Pokemon? Well, I'm gonna be raising my own pretty soon. This house right here is Ashton's house. Hello there. Are you, Ash's sister or mother? Okay, that's all there is for this house? There's no stairs to go up? Boy, this is a... The house has no stairs, and yet there's a second floor. Ah, there's Professor Oak. Oh, and I hope he's handling those free Pidgeys just fine. That's right, Professor. I am indeed Connor. Yes, and we're waiting for you at your lab. What was that? Is that a Pokemon about to attack? Oh boy. It's Pikachu, everyone. The most overrated Pokemon of all time. Even though I understand that Pikachu is like, the main star of the Pokemon franchise. After all, Ash has his own Pikachu, and this is my opportunity to catch it. Now, the Pokemon catching mechanics in this game, well, in TV mode anyway, well, it's showing right here. Wait, point it straight at the screen? Okay, I thought you can only hit the A button in handheld mode. Aren't you supposed to, Oh, no worries. I have the wrist strap on right now. I'm hitting the A button, but it's definitely not working, so... You really do have to use the Joy-Con's motion controls in TV mode to catch a Pokemon. Which I hate, by the way. and you'll see why later on. Catching Pokemon is definitely easier to do in handheld mode, because like I said, you can use the A button unlike in TV mode. Impressive, wasn't it, Professor? My journey just started and I already caught my first Pokemon. Good idea. What the heck? The Pokeball is alive! Now this is unusual. Whoa! Now that is... What a fast Pokeball that is. All because there's a Pikachu in it. You're right, Ash, there were only 2 there. It's true, Ash. I caught a Pokemon. And it's obvious which Pokeball is the one I caught. Okay, Pikachu. Why don't you come on out? It's glowing. Well, what do you know? It came out of the Pokeball itself. Aw, it's like Pikachu likes me already. Even though we only just met. So, Pikachu's now my Pokemon, and unfortunately, yes, I did say unfortunately, it's gonna be in my it's gonna be in my Pokemon party permanently. And that is a big bummer. And that's because, well, to tell you all the truth, and I beg you not to hate me for saying this, but I'm not really fond of Pikachu at all. I'm really not. Unlike most Pokemon fans. And why I'm not fond of Pikachu is, well, it's a bit of a long story. Right now, I'm gonna focus on giving this Pikachu its nickname. And I know exactly what to call it. Oh no, wait. G. And... your name is High Voltage. Why do I feel like I may have given this nickname to a different Electric-type Pokemon in one of my previous Pokemon playthroughs? Have I given this nickname to maybe Luxray in my Pokemon Shining Pearl playthrough? I can't really remember, but this is indeed the nickname I'm giving it. And what Pokemon is Ashton getting? So he got an Eevee, just like in Pokemon Yellow. Well, at least in this game, he didn't shove me out of the way to steal the Pokemon I was gonna choose. In Pokemon Yellow, there was only one Pokeball on the table, and when you try to pick it up, your rival shoves you out of the way and steals it, while Professor Oak gives you the Pikachu. Yeah, what a jerk that rival was. Not to mention, the rival in Yellow was actually blue, while the character you are is red. But anyway. Yes, Professor? And what does he have for us? Oh yes, the Pokédex. Just the tool I need to gather information on all the Pokemon I'll find. In most Pokemon games, you actually do just see the Pokemon to get its info, even though catching it gives you all of its info. In fact, this is also the same deal as in Fire Red and Leaf Green, where you have to catch the Pokemon to get its info. Okay, see you later then, Ash. Also, doesn't it make you wonder what Pokemon is in the third Pokeball? I take it the professor doesn't tell you, right? Alright, see you later, Professor. Let's go, High Voltage. I'm gonna catch a ton of Pokemon and become a Pokemon champion. Oh hey, it's Mom. Yes, Mom, I do have quite an adorable partner with me. Yup, High Voltage is pretty hyped up to go on this Pokemon journey as I am. This here is where you get the town map from your mother. It is gonna come in handy as well. I guarantee you, me and High Voltage will get along just well, even though a Pikachu is not my favorite Pokemon. So, let's see what happens here. Oh, look what we have here, an Oddish. Okay, so Let's Go Pikachu has Oddishes, while Let's Go Eevee has Bellsprouts. Oh yes, and then there's that what the Pokemon does, that animation that deflects the Pokeballs. And I really hate when they do that. Well, I caught me an Oddish. And catching Pokemon is the only way. Well, actually, it's not the only way, but when you encounter a wild Pokemon, you can't battle it. You can only catch it, and well, the one thing that I like about the wild Pokemon battles in this game is that you don't have to worry about knocking out the Pokemon when you try to catch it. But there are other things that I don't like about catching Pokemon in this game as well, especially in TV mode. You also see that green ring that goes smaller. In case I haven't mentioned yet, the Pokemon catching mechanics in this game is the same as in Pokemon Go. Of course, that game also has the rings that shrink as you try to catch the Pokemon, and of course, the smaller the circle gets, pretty much the higher chance you are to catching that Pokemon. Higher the chance, of course. So I caught a Bellsprout, an Oddish, and a Rattata, so I'm now gonna try to catch me a Pidgey. I love birds, by the way. Well, that's 3 successful Pokemon catches in a row. This game does still have trainer battles. And there actually are certain specific wild Pokemon in this game that you do have to battle before catching, and usually that's for the legendary Pokemon. There is one, or rather 2, non-legendary Pokemon that you have to battle to catch. How you doing, little boy? There's Pokemon everywhere around here, huh? What's so scary about hopping down from these ledges? He's talking about this. Being able to hop off these small edges right here that somehow you can't climb over despite that it's a very small edge. And just like in Pokemon Yellow, of course, the Pikachu's gonna follow you around everywhere you go. Not to mention, it's also the same thing as in Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Oh, what's this? High Voltage? You found something? In this bush? Well, thank you for the raspberry. There are berries in this game. In fact, you use berries during wild Pokemon battles as well. I think you're supposed to go to the Pokemart. That's... Oh wait, High Voltage. Oh, you really like those flowers? Well, okay. That's right, I'm from Pallet Town. And... yeah, again, just like in Red and Blue, you have to go to a Pokemart in Viridian City to get a parcel for the professor. And it's a good thing I didn't have to walk all the way back here. High Voltage definitely likes me already. And from this point on, the Pikachu will now just hang onto your shoulder the entire time. Well, Pikachu hangs on the shoulder while Eevee sits on your head. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Ash, but the Pokemon really do love berries. Not to worry, Professor. Me and High Voltage will have all the fun we can... Oh, yes, Ash? And that is... to battle. Oh, yes. This is where the very first battle in the game starts. And what better person to battle with in the first battle than your friend slash rival? Time to see both our starters in action. And unfortunately for Ash, my Pikachu is one level higher than his... Oh no, wait. Never mind, they're both at level 6. Alright then. I guess I'll start off with Tail Whip, just for giggles. Yeah, Eevee couldn't resist the Tail Whip, couldn't it? Now let's give it a shot. Oh, well, you got lucky right there, Ash. Give Eevee a good old quick attack, HB. Oh, you dare to growl at my partner? I'm gonna make you pay for that. Do another quick attack, HB. Well, that's it for Eevee. And here I thought it would actually withstand that second quick attack. Yeah, am I good or what? We're both good. Oh, come on, it was a good battle. You just gotta toughen up, you know. I did indeed, Professor. And that's it. So, time to go off to another city to get my first of the, 8 gym badges. And now, I'm back on the road. Oh wait, yes? Yes, we are indeed great partners, despite that we still just got started. And she is Ash's sister. And this is another thing you can do in this game, is to give both your character and your starter Pokemon different clothes. So you have partner play and, well, this other option doesn't come into play right now. And this is another thing you can do. In TV mode, you move the Joy-Con around and hold down ZR to give your starter a good petting. While in handheld mode, you use your finger on the touchscreen instead. Okay, you use the A button as well. Yeah, that felt good, didn't it? You can also poke at other parts of Pikachu as well, like the tail and the ears, and the cheeks. As long as that doesn't give me a shock, and this right here is how you can give your starter a berry. Even though I want to save them up for all the wild Pokemon. Even though I got plenty of raspberries on me. This here is pretty similar to Pokemon Sun and Moon, where you can give berries to any of your Pokemon other than just your starter. No worries, I will. Of course, I'll be giving love to every other Pokemon I'll be catching as well. And the Pokemon I'll be keeping with me for the rest of the journey. But, the clothing trunk is where you go to change outfits for both your starter and your character. So I'm gonna give High Voltage its own hat to make it look just like me. We're both wearing the same outfits here. And you will get other kinds of clothes later on. Now, as I was saying, I'm back on the road. On the road to Viridian City. Oh, and hey, there's this guy right here works at the store, and I do believe he gives you just one potion. Well, thank you, sir. It's a good thing my Pokemon can't take any battle damage from wild Pokemon battles. Ooh, and now all of a sudden there's a boy right here who wants to battle me. Come at me, boy. Give me everything you got. Ronnie has a Rattata, which is gonna go down pretty easily. Eat Thundershock, you dirty rat! Even though Rattata is known as the mouse Pokemon. Same thing with Raticate. Tail Whip's not gonna do you any good at all. Especially while High Voltage has the Quick Attack. That dirty rat goes down. Welcome to level 7, HV. And of course, all the other Pokemon in your party level up as well. Or they gain experience. Oh, Ashton's there. Yup, and he stood no chance against us. Well, High Voltage it never even took any damage during my battle, so there's no need to go to a Pokemon Center right away. So, I'm not so sure if there are any items around here to pick up. All these trees are blocking me right here. Well, there's just about, what's this building here? Trainer School. Let's see what it's like in here. Excuse me, ma'am, I hope I'm not interrupting your lecture or anything. Oh, well, I don't really need any trainer tips since I'm pretty familiar with these games. So I'm not really gonna bother with reading all this. I know what all the status conditions are like. Now there is a gym here in Viridian City, which is right here, but it's locked, so there's no going into this gym. In fact, this is supposed to be the last gym you go to. It's not the first, but rather the 8th. Good question. Who could the gym leader be for the Viridian City Gym? But now I must make my way to the Viridian Forest. Hey, there's a Caterpie here. In fact, Caterpie was the very first Pokemon that Ash Ketchum caught. I remember many episodes of the classic Pokemon series. I think it's called the Indigo League or something. Sweet. Caterpie is all mine. And there will be several other new Pokemon in the Viridian Forest. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna keep this Caterpie in my party and evolve it into a Butterfree. In fact, since Caterpie can become a Butterfly-type Pokemon. Okay, R is how you switch the Pokemon's positions. And going to the Pokemon menu is where you're supposed to go to give your Pokemon a nickname. But I was saying, since Caterpie can become a Butterfly-type Pokemon, I know just a nickname for it. Doesn't this sound familiar to any of you? It should. Which is why I'm not gonna say. Off to the Viridian Forest I go. In fact, that was exactly where Ash caught his Caterpie. In fact, pretty much the entire episode took place in the Viridian Forest. Uh-oh. This girl here is a trainer as well. I wouldn't really say my Pikachu is that big. Well, apparently Joanna's also got a dirty rat with her. Another quick attack ought to do it. It goes down. Well, you saw that she gave me some Pokeballs to reward me for beating her. Hey, look, a Metapod. And a Kakuna. Okay, let's go with Metapod first. This one's bound to be a little tougher to catch since it's the evolved form of Caterpie. And it's telling you right here that you use a berry. Well, I mentioned it before already, myself, but what raspberries do in Pokemon battles is, well, only makes it slightly easier to catch it. I'll use it anyway. I do still have plenty of them. Can I catch this Metapod? Booyah! Yup, plenty of experience for everybody. And now I'm gonna try to catch me this Kakuna, the evolved form of Weedle. In fact, I still haven't even seen an actual Weedle yet. And... oh my god. After 3 stupid shakes. This is another thing I hate about the Let's Go games, is that the wild Pokemon have a nasty tendency to constantly break out of the Pokeball after 3 shakes. Well, the second ball throw caught me the Kakuna. A triple level up. How about that? But still no level up for Fluttershy. Caterpie's evolves into Metapods at level 7, and then at level 10 it becomes a Butterfree. And the same goes for Weedle and Kakuna. Which of course means at level 10, Kakuna evolves into Beedrill. And here's a Weedle right here. 2 Weedles. Okay. Okay. And... caught it. Now usually when I try to catch Pokemon in TV mode, there are many times where even though I'm trying to throw the ball straight, for some reason the ball ends up flinging to the left or right instead. It hasn't happened so far yet, but it's bound to eventually. What the? Another Pikachu? I don't believe it! I already have a Pikachu, and yet you can actually catch another. Can I catch a second one? Okay, maybe not here, but let's give it a Raspberry. I was hoping for an excellent message right there, but... oh wow! I have 2 Pikachus now! Now, in Pokemon Yellow, your starter Pikachu is the only one you would get, and you would never find any other wild Pikachus in that game. But apparently in the Let's Go games, you can get more than one. And the same goes for Eevee, when you play Let's Go Eevee. Wow. Hopefully high voltage wasn't No, I don't think it would be upset. It would be proud of me that I caught a second Pikachu. Now, believe it or not, there are also Pidgeotos in the Viridian Forest. But they're bound to be pretty rare. Is there another item? Around here, maybe? There you are. It's a tiny mushroom. I believe tiny mushrooms are just stuff that you can sell. Like, I think they're supposed to be treasures. Uh-oh, another trainer. I take it you're a bug catcher? And when it comes to bug catchers, they always have nothing but bug-type Pokemon. Your Weedle doesn't scare high voltage one bit. See that? It couldn't stand the electricity. Nice try, Brian. But I'm just way too much for you. Just be thankful that High Voltage didn't try to squash your Weedle. Oh my god, a Butterfree! Now this was unexpected. But this one will definitely be hard to catch, especially while it's moving around like this. Okay, I'm not so sure. Oh well, now the Pokeball actually homed in on it. I knew it. Of course the Butterfree is gonna be hard to catch. It's the finally evolved form of Caterpie. Oh my god, I throw the ball and then all of a sudden it moves. Oh my god, come on, just hit it. Oh! And what I also really hate about the wild Pokemon battles in TV mode is that you can't move the camera. But in handheld mode, you can. And you know what? I'm not even gonna bother wasting any more Pokeballs. And what also really sucks is every time you miss a Pokeball, well, somehow, those Pokeballs just disappear, and it makes no sense. Why can't you just, oh, I don't know, pick the balls back up after the Pokemon battle? I mean, of course you saw that it's possible for the Pokeball to miss during a wild Pokemon battle, and it's such a waste of balls. In fact, the Generation 1 Pokemon games do that as well. Well, my Caterpie is eventually gonna become a Butterfree anyway. I'll never understand why you can't move the camera in TV mode during a wild Pokemon battle. I mean, it seems to me like you could use the joystick on the Joy-Con, but you really can't. Okay, so you can see that this wild Pikachu has some kind of blue aura, or whatever it's called, around it, which indicates that it's a tiny wild Pokemon. Oh, my god, come on. I really hate when the Pokemon do that. The wild Pokemon can also have red lines going around it, which indicates that it's huge. And I don't even know how that affects being able to catch it. I really don't know. But hey, you saw what I just did. I caught a third Pikachu. In fact, that was the second Pikachu in a row I caught. And catch combos is another feature for the Let's Go games. And the higher of a catch combo you have, I think you may increase your chance of encountering a shiny Pokemon, as I recall. But, you know what? I think I'm gonna end part 1 right here. I'm gonna save the rest of the Viridian Forest adventure in the next part. And it may also feature the first gym battle, which takes place in Pewter City. So, yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later in part 2. Bye, guys.